Chapter 1. F. The Paw Patrol Police. NFL owners believe there will be football with or without fans this year. So, business as usual then. Defund Paw Patrol. But how is Chase, the cartoon dog, guilty of systematic racism? I don't even know if I said that right. Did Chase refuse to promote Rebel, the cartoon bulldog, to sergeant after he went undercover to bust up DMX's more vociferous younger brother's dogfighting ring under the codename Yonkers is Black up in here? Defund Paw Patrol, but then Ice Cube can't rap about fucking up Chase with his own mace since Paw Patrol got defunded. Gated communities, gated playgrounds. What's the difference? Gated playgrounds in the Orthodox section of Williamsburg, Brooklyn, won't allow Yentl's younger Jew boy brother play on the seesaw unless he practices social distancing and shoots H into his pinky toe because he's used up every other vein by the dozing Wall Park bench. Either that or Yentl's little sister won't be allowed back in the park unless she covers her head with a Black Lives Matter do-rag and exposes her white privilege skin on her sleeve by exchanging her Torah-commanded cover-up garb with a Borders or bullshit t-shirt. A Yale scientist saying reopening America is awfully close to genocide doesn't sound very scientific. This putz breath wouldn't be hired as a creative consultant on Michael Bay's next blockbuster man-made disaster flick is all I'm saying. Giving your kids melatonin to sleep so you don't have to read to them stories, for more than 2 seconds without them passing out isn't natural. Losing all zest for life 2 seconds into visiting my in-laws in Delaware, reclining themselves to death and they're matching lazy boy chairs tearing apart at the seams is. In her new Netflix doc, Michelle Obama says she conceded her dreams after having 2 children. I thought she was disbarred from being a lawyer in Chicago. Also, wasn't Obama a community daycare organizer? But Michelle conceded her dreams of being Tina Turner in the Wayans Brothers remake What's Talent Got to Do with It? I don't get it. Didn't Michelle Obama call the White House a prison sentence? But she paid her mom a White House salary to look after her kids. So what was Michelle prevented from doing exactly? Besides cleaning up the Lincoln bedroom before Melania had it fumigated, allegedly. Having children is a concession that cost me my dreams. Working 8-hour weeks as a career woman in a monkey suit with an expense account over making more brown shit looking almond smoothies for your daughters sounds less appealing, Michelle. At least children aren't parasitical professional liars yet for a living. Fuck Jay Cutler's wife for divorcing him because he just wants to hang out with his 3 kids on their Tennessee farm after he agreed to be in her stupid reality show, giving free advertising to her overrated jewelry business nobody gives 2 shits about. The man had his head smashed in for God knows how many years, brought way more money into the relationship than you, sweet tits. He's earned the right to sit on his ass and enjoy the fruits of his labor. Oh, he's not motivated enough for you? Because he doesn't want to do broadcasting for the NFL to do his best sad sack Troy Aikman impersonation? Cut Cutler some slack, you narrow-minded user bitch. Jay Cutler's a real piece of shit for wanting to grow closer to his 3 kids and spend more time with them knowing you normally either ignore them, plot them from the TV, or bore them to fucking death. But I'm sure a pearl necklace from someone else who isn't the father of your 3 children will make the relationship stick. If he sucks off fake news fro Colin Kaepernick in the ESPN broadcast booth no matter what. What? Colin Kaepernick sports a fake news fro. Have you ever seen a biracial afro that large before? Slash gave it a shot and it was a total flop. Lenny Kravitz, another biracial Hebrew member of the tribe, never got his fro to bounce that way. I still haven't heard a good pitch on why my kids should learn Spanish. It will make other languages easier to learn. It will help my kids score cocaine in Cancun that isn't cut with Ajax. Telemundo is always hiring because they actually produce solid ratings no matter what, unlike CNN. Low-impact rides on the Peloton bike are off the list. Nothing is more deflating before a workout than your posh-sounding English writing instructor encouraging you to feel good about your low-impact ride, despite her reminding you every 2 seconds, I don't do low-impact rides ever, like bike rides through no-go zones in Westminster during Ramadan, but that's just me. Learning how my Charles Barkley rookie card is selling for $550 on eBay after my father insisted I sell it for drinking money for Cancun my senior year in high school. It's more infuriating than learning how MJ called Scottie Pippen selfish for stalling surgery before his contract renegotiation with Jerry Krause, who was already paying the most underrated number 2 of all time less than B.J. Armstrong's nanny. Embrace science, or risk being branded a religious right fanatic by your lab's Catholic wife, or being called a Nazi if you're dumb enough to bring up the subject of men's reproductive rights ever again, despite men being obligated to pay child support forever regardless if they planned on getting their significant others pregnant or was in love with their slippery, sly snatch to begin with or not. Is it me, or does Robert De Niro on The View these days look like Betsy Ross falling apart at the seams? And if Google doesn't manipulate search results, then why is it harder to find positive mentions of President Trump on Google than it is to find a film reviewer on Rotten Tomatoes who called The Irishman underrated? The Corona China virus has cost Walt Disney $1.4 billion, but they bought Fox, so they'd be discouraged to do hard-hitting investigative pieces on Jeffrey Epstein's ties to Rapewood and his underage sex slaves giving pedicures to Met, Groening's gnarly-looking toenails on Lolita Express without a face mask on, so his sex slaves would look extra animated about it. Every father who's ever lived has a dream for his son. I just remember my dad telling me to write a list of things I like about myself, while never offering any personal input in return. A gay porno star broke Corona lockdown rules, attending a gay bash at some loft in Manhattan, and filmed the entire foray on Instagram, spitting on his hand before stroking off the DJ for playing Donna Summer's On the Radio. Doesn't count as washing your hands either. No father should ever say a girl's out of his son's league. You might as well say, I wouldn't fuck you if you came for money or not. I don't care how much bigger your dick is than mine. Nothing screams I sold my soul to China more than a LinkedIn post from a children's programmer showrunner on LinkedIn praising the reopening of Disney Shanghai on May 14th. But stay clear of the Batman ride at Six Flags because it's way scarier than a Wuhan scientist's life insurance premiums after calling into InfoWars with Alex Jones. Trump is so threatened by Obama, he tore up Obama's new gifting Iran deal and told the Debt to America crowd to pound more sand. How threatening is Obama in a dark alley trying to score some crack if Michelle isn't around packing? Trump is threatened by Obama? Yeah. And Tarantino gives 2 shits about Spike Lee's thoughts on his liberal use of the N-word after winning Best Original Screenplay for Pulp Fiction. Obama was a good man. He was going to ask Bob Mueller to be the best man at his wedding after Michelle strong-armed him into renewing their wedding vows, but chose to pass after the Mueller report came up with bupkis. Oh yeah, we learned Bob Mueller parts his hair with good old-fashioned elbow grease.